Hey, good morning, or wherever you are, whatever time you're watching this. We're blessed to be here at Andrew Womack's Ministers Conference in Woodland Park, Colorado. I'm here with my good friend Ben Conway. Tell him where you reside, Ben.
I'm from London in England, in the United Kingdom. It's good to be with you today, Dennis.
Good to be with you too. You know, we're going to ask another good Capra Convo question. How do you move ahead? You've been a certain place in your life. How do you get a revelation, get a vision, and move ahead with it? What do you say to that, Ben?
I think
you started out with no churches, I'm guessing?
That's right. I had...
How'd you even get your first church?
Well, I think the underlying principle is Luke 16 and verse 12. It says, if you want to be faithful in that which is yours, you have to be faithful in that which is another's.
Ah, good.
And I think one of the key things to you having your own ministry, to you stepping out and being all God's called you to be, is to find someone else who's doing something and serve them. You know, and I spent years as a youth pastor,
principle.
years as assistant pastor, and I went to another church, and I went there, and my goal was to sit right at the back and do nothing. We were burnt out by ministry, a young family, wanted to invest more time in the family, and the pastor pulled me out and said, you've got a ministry, God's called you here to be faithful. For the next 2 years, you're going to serve in this house, you're going to run small groups, teach in the Bible school, help with the youth, and then to 2 years, you're going to go and do what God's called you to do.
And how did that hit you?
It was like, my goodness me, I'm trying to sit at the back and do nothing, Lord, you know. But you've got to get involved and serve. My associate pastor, he stood up in tears at our summer conference this year and said, every dream I've ever had has come true. Every prophecy of me has come true. God prophesied I'd speak on TV, I'd do this, I'd do this. He said, it's all come because I've plugged into this local church.
Oh, that's so good.
I've plugged into what God's doing here. You know, and you can, I mean, I'm here in America for the next couple of weeks because he's at home and he can run that church, do whatever needs to be done. You know, God raises up people.
So you've developed leaders too.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I would say that when I started planting churches in the UK, I always assumed the bottleneck would be money. I thought that's what's going to slow us down. We have never, ever been short of money. Money has never been a problem. The problem is raising good leaders. I could start another 10 churches tomorrow if I had 10 good men. You know, it's people who you can rely on, people who are faithful, and I would say whatever you're called to do, raise up someone else's hands, invest in their life. And it's strange because if that's the sat nav of the Spirit, you know, you're saying, God, give me a great healing ministry, give me a great healing ministry, and God's saying, well, get up early, go to your church and put the chairs out. That's how I started my healing ministry, by putting out chairs.
So you started serving where there was a need.
I was in a little Pentecostal church, about 50 people. Pastor had a very powerful healing anointing. And I mean, he prayed for people on life support machines, and we watched the machines change.
Come on.
And so I'd go up there and I'd set up the chairs. And then they had another group in the afternoon, so I'd go back to the evening service and set the chairs back out for the evening service. And
but you're the apostle, you're the man of God.
No,
now. How could you do such a thing, Ben?
After 12 months of putting out chairs, he came to me and he said, would you start catching people when I pray for them? And he said,
so you were faithful with that which is least.
And then became the catcher. And I'd catch all these people we'd pray for, they'd go down the Spirit, I'd catch them. And after about 6 months of that, he said, we're going to have a big meeting. God's told me we're going to have a big meeting Sunday night. So a lot of people are going to come, and there's too many for me to pray for. He said, you just start the other end of the prayer line and start praying for the sick. I said, I'm not to pray for the sick. He said, for 6 months, you stood next to me with every prayer I've prayed. Just pray those prayers, they work. And the first person I prayed for was healed. And I was like, standing, looking at my hands. Oh my. But that would never have happened if I hadn't been consistent and been faithful to another man's
Such
ministry.
a good principle.
And I believe that's one of the foundations, you know. I'm not quite sure what God's called me to do. A lot of people I've seen, it's almost like they're sitting there waiting for Reinhard Bonnke to give them a phone call. You know, I've gathered the millions, come and preach for me. You know, well, Reinhard Bonnke doesn't know who you are. It's never going to happen.
That's such a good.
But what if you go to your midweek Bible study every week, and you pray for somebody and they get healed, and then it happens a second time, and then the pastor's just talking to his elders, talking to his leaders, and the midweek Bible study leader says, "That guy's got something. He's faithful. He's there when he prays for the sick. Stuff happens.
He's got the gift of showing up."
Yeah, and that is a special anointing in some people's. And so the pastor's then running a prayer meeting or running a healing meeting. There's too many people the pastor pray for and he remembers, hey, Jim's got something. Jim, come pray for some people. And then that becomes a regular thing. And then Jim's praying in a conference. And there's other pastors there. One of the pastors says, hey, what you brought, I need. And then suddenly he's got a traveling ministry. That's how it starts, step by step, just being faithful, being there and doing what's there.
So you've got 5 churches now,
yep.
And you're going to plant 4 more. You've got a vision to do that.
Well, we have a strategy which is basically monthly meetings to gather a crowd, in those monthly meetings, we're looking for a man of peace to start a Bible study in the house. In one of those church plants, we already started the Bible study. A man of peace in this case is a woman of peace. And she was a Bible study. There's about 8 people at the Bible study, about 10 people come every month. And then when we get that group up to about a dozen, maybe 20 people, we're going to do 3 nights of healings and miracles, really advertise it and plug it. And then we're going to run with the church.
Wow. What you're hearing here today is an apostolic vision, somebody that sees how you take one person who's been faithful and you put them over much. And now that's turning into going to be maybe 9, 10, 12 churches. You know, Ben, would you pray for our people that just heard you, that are wanting to get faithful, that want to start getting the vision to do some of what you said? Could you pray for them?
Father, I just pray for everyone who hears my voice right now, and they're just struggling to know what God's called them to do, or they know and they're struggling to walk in it. Lord, I remember those years of pain where I knew I was called to preach, but nobody gave me a platform. And Lord, I pray for anyone who's going through that pain. Lord, help them have the wisdom and integrity to find someone to serve, to find someone to follow. Lord, give them divine connections and open doors in the name of Jesus.
Thank you,
Amen.
Father. Well, thanks for tuning in. Ben, is there a way they can contact you? You have a website?
Yeah, it's very, very simple. It's tree.church.
Tree.church,
Yeah.
man. You want to contact them, find out what they're
no
doing?
problems. There's a contact form on that website. You can contact me through that.
Maybe you're watching us from the UK.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in. God bless you, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Great job, man.